Alright, that didn't work. My video got shut off again. I got fat fingers. I'm not good with these damn buttons, hitting shit all the time. But I think I showed you that moss sack. Hopefully you've seen it. And if you have those little brown moss sacks, if you take a solution of mostly water, a little bit of Dawn dish soap, and a bunch of vegetable oil, and spray it all over them, it'll dry them up and get rid of them. And if you don't do that before they hatch, you can have up to 500 babies per sack. These guys are getting attacked by other things now. But once they're there, they keep coming back every year until the tree's wiped out and they move on. And so you definitely want to get rid of them as soon as you can. They like birch trees, but I see them on all our pine trees. Every one of our trees has them, but the birch has them the most. Seems like they eat the birch tree leaves the most. But yeah, gypsy moths. Evil little things will just show up one year, and then the next year you got a few billion. If you don't take care of them, you're never going to get rid of them, but you almost got to get the whole neighborhood to work with you together on it. But since I did get another recording going, I'm going to talk about some healthcare issues I had over the year. Sorry about the camera spinning, but I thought I hit the button again and shut it off. Let's start out earlier in life. I'm not gonna, someday you'll get the rundown of all the medical stuff, but there's just the basic annoying, some of the more annoying ones. Childhood and stuff, I tried every sport. Never made it a full season in any sport. Usually within a quarter of the season I was done. Didn't realize that I was born with a deformed foot, and doctors never looked at it, noticed it, listened to me about it. And I went for a couple different military tryouts. So I gave the Navy the shot first, not even realizing Dad was in the Navy in his service years, because he would never talk about it. And then it was mainly because I seen Top Gun, the first one, when I was a teenager, and I wanted to fly jets. But I went to some tryouts that had a little obstacle course thing and all that stuff, and they said something about what my deal was with my foot, but no one ever sent me to a doctor after that to get looked at or anything, diagnosed for it. So that kept me out of the military. I tried out, they thought maybe Air Force. That didn't work either. They basically don't want you if you're broken. Which I don't blame them. But yeah, it was more foot related. And then I tried water skiing for my whole younger years, leading off with the left foot, and that's my deformed foot, and that's why I can never get any balance. I can't walk decently because of that foot. Can't run, all that shit has issues because of it. But took over 48 years of my life before I finally found a doctor that said, hey, you realize you're born with a totally damaged foot, and now my ankle and my heel and my foot and everything is completely bent, or not bent, completely fused together. You cannot bend at the ankle anymore or tilt my foot or anything like that, like I can with the right foot. But that's what happens when you don't take care of things and you leave it go for many, many years. Didn't even know the cat was taking a cruise without me. I suppose, do we have let's see what happens when I put you in my pocket and we go for a walk with the cat. See if it's what it does to the video. It's like, but basically, after things that happened around my younger days were all doctors just laughing at you, ignoring what you had to say. Family members would basically say, yeah, just suck it up, walk it off. It's like, can't walk. Do it anyways. Yeah, you missed out earlier, Lemmy. The woodchuck was up here. Came cruising through here. You missed out on it. Yeah. Gonna come up to the field with me. I should have wrote some of these things down. So there are certain ones I definitely wanted to mention, but like I went to Motorcycle Mechanics Institute. And we were building engines in one of the classes, and I went to move my engine. When I picked up my engine and started to walk, my body just, arms, legs all gave up, collapsed. And I went down, blacked out. See, are we still recording? Looks like it. Got the cat coming. Coming slowly. We're gonna go all the way up the hill, Lammers. Yeah. Yeah, we'll go up the hill. What the heck? I'll go sit up there with you for a little while. Just keep an eye out for your woodchuck friends. You don't get in a scrap with him. And you got your little buddy, the hawk, that's doing circles. Might take a bite out of your ass again. But yeah, they wrote that incident off to a mild cardiac event, I believe is what they called it back then. Whew. Yeah, I'm definitely done for today. Should not have came back up here a second time, Lenny. Should have came with me the first time. I'm not going up the hill. I'm going to go across the hill. But yeah, they didn't realize that that could have been an MS event with me losing control of my bodily issues and just dropping and not having control over certain parts of my body. And then I woke up. I mean, I had lots of issues in my younger days with, make sure the clock's still going. Looks like it. I can't tell if it's upside down or not. I'm gonna flip it this way. I am really sorry, but this is gonna be a test video. Pretty much for me to see the different versions of what's going on. So, but in my childhood, my teenage years, and my ankle, I had issues with all the time. I rolled my ankle so many frickin' times. If I would have only known that it was crooked and that's why it was tilted, that's why that was happening, I could have fixed that. Doctors never helped me. They didn't care back then enough to really diagnose you for something correctly. And lockjaw was a big thing on hot days and stuff. I would get lockjaw when I'd mow the lawn. I totaled out a lawnmower once. Yes, totaled out a lawnmower. Just driving down a street, the guy's roofing the bar sat there and said that I tipped it over. It's like, you can't tip a lawnmower over when it's got a mowing deck. No one would listen to me and agree with me. And it's like, what happened, now that I know I had MS back then, is more than likely the heat, because it was the middle of summer and I just got done doing this whole yard. And then when I got done doing our yard, I'd go and do Grandma's yard, which was in town. So I'd drive the mower from our house downtown to downtown. And I fell off the mower to the left of the mower. My normal left side issues. I went to the left, fell off it. The mower spun around in a 360 because as I fell, I, of course, pulled on the steering wheel, I'm sure, with my hand because I was holding the steering wheel with my hand. And as I fell, it probably just cranked the steering wheel and sat there. And I was on the ground, unable to move my body parts or do anything, and it circled around me and full throttled it right up over the curb and into a friend of the family's huge pine tree. I think it's a pine tree. No, it wasn't a pine tree. It might have been an oak tree. Yeah, it was a regular style tree. And it ran into it and totaled out my lawnmower. And left a huge indentation in their tree. So I got that memory to this day. I can see that tree. But I know that was a MS event because the heat just took me out and I lost control of everything and blacked out and fell off the lawnmower. I did not tip the lawnmower on its side and fall off it. How the hell do you tip a lawnmower on its side when it's got a full deck that's only a couple inches off the ground? And the deck's not going to allow you to even tip a little bit. Cat's going in the neighbor's fire pit, which they've had stacked up for a few years now. Keeps getting a little bit bigger, so I'm sure there's some nice critters that live in there. And he finds things in there he probably shouldn't. And got the hawks circling out there somewhere. A couple blackbirds chasing it because he's getting near their nest, I'm sure. But got a lot of hawks, and the eagles moved down from up north down to our area, which we haven't had in a while. But now they are all over our area. So, we got a mated pair just down the road one direction, and we have another one that's probably got a mate in the opposite direction. It's about a mile down the road. But yeah, we're at 13 minutes. We still got time left on here. I am really super sorry about the camera issues, moving around a lot, but I don't want you just staring at my face for the cat, but he's hiding behind the wood pile. A hawk went behind the trees. Woodchuck's probably right in front of me in the grass in the field because that's where he went. You can tell he walked in like right there is where he walked in. Got his little path. So he could be right there, just waiting to jump out and attack me. Gonna have to get the Abraham linkage out. Slice water. Butterflies screwing around. So I thought once the field started flowering, the shit goes bad for the animals, for the livestock. So should get their butts out here and cut this again. I don't know. I'm not a full-time farmer. I just did it when I was a kid. Grew up in a family of a lot of farmers. Got one of the biggest dairy farms my uncle has. But yeah, some other good doctor experiences. So we got enough time to talk about the last one I had? Yeah, I think so, as long as the camera doesn't run out. I had a regular doctor here in the early 2000s. When we moved back here, local doctor. Constantly went into him with MS issues. This is early 2000s. Oh, there's the cat. He's back. And even at one time, my wife and I both mentioned, could it be MS? And he just laughs and, no, it's not MS. But he'd send me, every time I came in for something, he'd send me to another specialist, and none of them had answers. Nothing referred to what he was sending me for. I went to an asthma test once, and he came up to the hospital where I was at, seen that I was in the asthma room, and I was sitting in this asthma chamber that they stick you in and test to see how much you can handle. I don't know what they're running through it and stuff, but you do these breathing tests in this little chamber. And my doctor walked in and seen me sitting in the chair in the chamber and the door's open, and he's like, oh, so you couldn't get the door shut, huh? Couldn't get a reading? And the guy that gave the test just looked at him like, what the fuck, dude? What the hell is wrong with you? This is your patient. And he just looks at him and he's like, no, we got all the results we wanted. We're done. I opened up the chamber and he's just sitting there right now. And we're talking, discussing the results. And it's like, nice demeanor there, Dr. Dick. Dipshit. Dr. Fucktard. Dr. Asshat. Yeah, that's how he was. He was always on me about weight. Nothing did anything other than everything that was wrong was weight related, weight issues, or heart related. To the point that I had an MS hug that put me in the hospital for 2 nights, where all they did was pump me full of morphine every half hour due to his orders. And even when the nurse had to take care of other patients and wasn't sure if she'd get back to me in time, she'd crank me up with a whole vial, a whole needle full of morphine. Morphine never did shit for me. I never feel it. It doesn't really affect me. You go off to your trees, huh? Don't forget the hawks out there, Lemmy. Just so you know. It is cooling off. It might get a little rain. I can't tell if you guys are still seeing his butt wiggle away, but my screen's all dark. It's hard to see the screen out in the outside world. You would think they'd fix that with technology by now. It's like I'm new to cell phones. I just got this damn thing a few months ago, so just starting to learn how to use cell phones now. I stuck with my landline till now. It's half the price, and I don't have annoying people contacting me all the time that I don't know, telemarketers and shit like that. But yeah, he would send me to tons of different specialists and stuff, and then all of a sudden one day I get a letter in the mail of him firing me. I cannot be his patient anymore. I cannot come to Ascension Healthcare. I think that's what it was at the time, was Ascension, or any Ascension building. And I can't get any diagnosis from anybody from that area, come to my own local doctor or anything. I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't do nothing. All I'm doing is looking for answers. I was never a dickhead. And there's mean patients out there. I was never one of those. We lost Lemmy. He's gone. He's in the trailer now. Yeah, grasshoppers flying down my shirt. Crickets. But yeah, never mean to the guy. We're both about the same age. He's like, you can come down to the park. I go hiking every morning at like 5 in the morning. at the local park. Come down and go hiking with me. It's like, there's no way I could have done it. I couldn't walk those distances and shit, and I was trying to get answers about it. And he just, all it was you're fat, come and work out. That'll fix it. That's all you need. MS? No, you don't have MS. That's just stupid. It's like, alright. Finally, 15 years, 14, 12 to 14 years later, I finally get a diagnosis. So thanks to him, I just kept progressing, where I could have probably still been working a regular lifestyle, just a better choice of jobs. I wouldn't be working on jobs that beat the shit out of my body as much as all my jobs did that I did do. And I would have been smarter about it, and I'd still be making a living, being able to afford to wipe my ass, and instead of being a 24/7 caretaker for a family member with dementia and not getting paid a penny for it. I do my eBay, where I sell some of my old stuff, get a little bit. I got 450 episodes of a podcast almost. Don't get paid for that, no advertisers. Now I'm doing video things. If I can get enough likes and responses and reviews and subscriptions, then I can maybe get this off the ground, so I can at least make a little something doing this, or do a Patreon page. It's my other option. But yeah, I could have had a whole different lifestyle if the doctor just listened 15 years ago and then fire me as a patient, treat me like shit, criticize me, hit me with fat jokes. And I'm down to 20 some minutes, or probably gonna cut this pretty soon. But yeah, same with my foot. He even sent me to specialists back then for my foot related issues, and everything they did, they considered it plantar fasciitis, which I do have plantar fasciitis, but it's on my right foot, my good foot. So I know what plantar fasciitis is, and I do all the exercise. Put the foot, your heel on the ground, your foot on a wall, and just stretch that muscle, pushing against it. Doing the tippy toe stances, just standing up on your tippy toes. Yeah, really cool dragonfly there, but I don't think you can see it because I can't dial in with the screen. He's just sitting on that big tall weed right now, but when he was flying around, he's got like some orange lines, a whole orange back, and then the black body and the blue lucent wings. It's awesome looking. Mother Nature, coolest fucking thing out there, and it's free. Just go outside, meditate, enjoy yourself. Fuck the doctors. Go see them for emergency issues and hope they can actually do the right thing. I've been to an emergency room so many times. They put me through all the heart tests. Oh, you got the heart of an 18-year-old for a fat guy, but we have no idea what's wrong with you. Could it be MS? No, you don't have MS. Oh, man, if you fucking doctors would have listened, my life would be so much different. Now I'm struggling to move, struggling to live. I get teared up thinking about standing up out of my bed, knowing how much pain I'm going to be in, crawling up the stairs because I go up on my hands and knees. Up a flight of stairs, hoping I get to the bathroom in time to go without having piss all over my shorts, my hand, and the floor, and the wall. And yeah, it's a fun experience with MS, but and this now, take a break. I got someone sneaking up on me, so take care, rate, review, tell a friend, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, pass it on. We'll get back to you again sometime soon. Be good. Check out Crimson Color Comic Club, Under the Color of MS, audio, video. And we'll get back to you again soon. Take care.